Fancy Lad.
Fancy Lad.
Fancy
Podcast.
Lad.
Fancy Lad.
Fancy Lad.
Podcast. Gonna talk to my friends. Gonna share a
Fancy
thought.
Lad.
Gonna have a laugh. That's what I
Fancy
thought.
Lad.
Fancy Lad.
Fancy
Fancy
Lad.
Podcast. Fancy Lad. Fancy Lad
Fancy Lad.
Podcast. Yeah.
And we are back
Ooh, yes. And yes, we are.
on the Fancy Lad podcast. You let me finish.
Oh, okay. But also, yes. Still correct.
Yes. And let me be the first to say,
Mhm.
Tom, ever since you've been infected with those zombie Reynolds chromosomes of him suckling at your sweet, sweet head.
Right.
And trying to get that sweet, sweet juice in your sweet, sweet brain.
Mhm.
Your fucking frontside flips have been fucking mad perf, dude.
Yeah, and I don't think that the two have anything to do with each other.
Really?
I think I'm just, my natural talent is finally coming through. After
Interesting.
20 plus years.
Because I have never even seen you frontside flip off a curb, and then you just recently frontside flipped that 20 stair?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Just out of nowhere.
Wow.
But yeah, they are looking good. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Do you like my new Atlanta Braves flat-brimmed hat that I'm wearing?
Yeah. I wasn't gonna mention it,
Oh.
but
But it's
Did-
nice, right?
yeah, where'd you get it?
The boss.
The boss gave you his hat.
Yeah, well, it's to cover this hole.
Oh my god, don't just put that
Yeah.
way! Oh my god.
Still bad? Is it still bad? Sorry, I'll put the hat back on.
Oh my,
There
thank you.
go.
Thank you.
I thought it was getting better because I can't feel it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would keep the hat on.
Okay. We'll
Yeah.
keep the hat on then.
Thank you. Okay. But I was worried, I was thinking about it more. I mean, because the frontside flips, okay, that was your own talent.
Mm-hmm.
That just happened to flourish coincidentally at the exact same time.
Right.
But then I saw the hat.
Mhm.
And I saw you wearing that pair of Reynolds ones
Right.
from America.
Okay.
And I was worried because Reynolds is sober now.
Mhm.
You're not going to be, you don't have an inkling to become sober, do you? Because that's not going to fly well with our sponsors.
Now, I know this is the Fancy Lad podcast, and I know we like to joke around here sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
but Big, that isn't even fucking funny. So you shut your goddamn mouth, all right?
I won't bring it up again.
I will not sober up.
Okay, it was just a question. I didn't accuse you of being sober, for the record.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I would never do such a thing.
I kind of flew off the handle there.
Yeah, a
My
lot
bad.
like the fucking boss usually does.
Yeah, man. He is great.
Dude, you should see him fucking when he's like fucking 30 love in a fucking, is that how you score ping pong? Same as tennis?
I think it's the same as tennis, right?
Mm-hmm. When it's fucking match point, dude,
Ah, jeez.
he gets so fucking heated.
He's getting pissed over there.
Oh, he's over there.
No, he was getting pissed over there.
Oh, I didn't know if he returned to play, to just keep playing
I haven't
ping
checked
pong.
in. We could go check in. I haven't looked, though. I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, I mean, should we turn our heads and check in?
All right, you want to?
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's not there.
Oh, shit. Thank God.
Oh, shit. He's not there.
Well, in a way, I never thought I'd say this. I kind of miss the guy.
I thought you would say it. And here we are. And you're saying it.
On the Fancy Lad podcast.
Yeah. And I was right.
Saying it.
You're sad that Reynolds is gone.
Well, who the fuck is Zebo going to play ping pong with now?
And that's a really good question. Zebo?
Zebo!
He's ignoring us.
Yeah.
Classic Zebo. Classic Zebo.
Mhm.
We still love you, bro.
It's weird that he's just standing with his face in the corner like the Blair Witch Project.
It is funny.
That is a little funny to me.
He's got a sick sense of humor, that Zebo.
Yeah, well, he's a clown.
Well, yeah, I guess you do have to have a sick sense of humor to get into clowning in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yelling at Mike Lindquist.
Yeah, you need to have that sixth sense of humor,
That sick sensibility.
Right.
Right. If you're going to be clowning around.
You need to be as funny as the movie The Sixth Sense.
Ooh. Laugh Riot.
Oh, God. M. Night Shyamalan,
Oh, my
favorite comedy director.
I love at the end when you find out, spoiler alert, find out that Bruce Willis has been alive the whole time. And he looks at the camera. And
That was a good one.
that was great.
That was a good one.
Classic.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So now I guess my plans are canceled for the weekend. I was going to watch The Sixth Sense, but
I just saved you 2 hours.
So yeah, what should I do now with the 2 hours that I had scheduled?
Well, it's nice. Now you got this extra free time. You probably haven't had much of that lately, right?
I mean, I haven't been working, and I literally just sit in a chair all day. What do you mean I haven't had extra free time?
So maybe just watch the movie then. Just pretend you didn't hear what I told you about how they're all dead.
I'll just yeah, it's fine. I'll just watch, I don't know, some other Bruce Willis movie, all right?
There are plenty out there. You have plenty to choose from. Struggling to think of one,
I know.
but they're out there.
I know. I would watch Die Hard, but I'll save it for Christmas, you know?
And listen, I'm not Dylan Buss over here. I don't know everything I don't know the ins and outs of Bruce Willis like Dylan Buss.
I know.
Yeah, legs of Dylan Buss.
We're really happy for you now that you're part of the Willis family.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening.
Which we know you are. Because Bruce is probably making you listen.
Big fan of the podcast.
Huge fan.
Weird that we haven't had him on yet.
It is weird. He keeps begging about it too.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of begging, what is that?
Oh, I was begging for a fucking Clown Shoes Zen Garden New England IPA, and I gotta say, I'm happy I have one right here in my motherfucking hand.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, shit, that looks good. Oh, man.
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay. Dude, I'm fucking jealous right now.
As you should be. I was tempted not to come up for air.
Why would you? When you got the Zen Garden New England IPA,
I thought I was going to pass out, but I just kept drinking.
you got to stay down.
Yep.
Oh,
Dude.
yeah, that's right. I got myself a Zen Garden New England IPA right here. Did you know this is double dry hopped?
Yeah, no, I did know it was double dry hopped.
Double.
6.75 alcohol volume, just the perfect amount,
Perfecto.
This has got to be in my top 3.
Gotta be.
Got to be top 3 right here.
Gotta be.
I'm thinking Bubble Farm,
Mm-hmm.
a little Crispy Crisp Ale, and then right there, number 3, standing proud, Zen Garden, New England IPA.
Numero tres. It is a great brew. There's no getting around that.
No, absolutely not. Brought to you by Clown Shoes Brand Beer. Speaking of Clown Shoes Brand Beer, I don't know if this is too soon to bring it up, but the very first time that we ever encountered Clown Shoes Brand Beer was because of Jesse James.
Oh, Jesse James.
Jesse James.
The Clown Shoes brand beer man himself.
Yeah, he skated in Clown Shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So when he came here over to the States,
From across the pond.
from across the pond,
You know that big old pond?
yeah, you're talking about the JP pond, right?
Yeah, the big old one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just infatuated with it because of the synchronicity of him skating in Clown Shoes and drinking beer all the time that he was here.
Mhm.
And it's called Clown Shoes Beer.
Yeah. So how could he not be obsessed with it?
Yeah.
So he loved it.
Well, how could you not?
How could you not?
Although, what's weird is when I first remember him drinking it, I remember him getting bottles of it, and I haven't seen it in bottles for quite some time. Maybe they just stopped doing that.
Is that like that classic logo looking beer in the bottles?
I don't know. I remember it was in the Jesse Down the 5 edit where he was, doing a trick, drinking beer, doing a trick, drinking beer, doing a trick, drinking a beer. And I remember flashing the cap even on the camera because it was bottle. That's a bottle cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
They don't have
sound like.
They don't have can caps on these ones.
No, it's weird.
Yeah. Only San Pellegrino out of everything in the world decided, you know what?
Put a cap on these bad boys.
We'll cap them up
Just in case the rats want to crawl on top of them.
and poop on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're crawling on them, they're going to poop.
You absolutely know they're going to poop.
Why wouldn't they? Little rats are thinking, I'm already up here. I'm already up here crawling around on these kids. I may as well,
That
pick a little Rat BM on top of him.
That sounds a lot like the rat from the Muppets.
Oh, Rizzo?
Yeah.
That might have been him.
It might have been.
It might have been.
Yeah. They remind me of him, at least.
Yeah. Hey, Gonzo, why don't we go take a bunch of dumps on top of these Clown Shoes brand beers?
Well, I suck on your nose. That's what he used to say.
Right. And Gonzo would say, honk, honk, I'm Gonzo. Whee!
Yeah, I don't know the franchise that well.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what Gonzo sounded like.
Oh, okay. All right.
Rest assured.
Mm-hmm. I was more of a Muppet Baby kind of guy.
You do look like a Muppet Baby.
Damn it.
Big old Muppet Baby.
Great show, though.
I love Muppet Babies.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a big fan of all things Muppet. Not sure if you noticed, I hung up some Muppet things here in the Fancy Lad podcast studio.
You know, I did notice that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, there's two of them here.
Oh, yeah.
The Great Muppet Caper.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Brought to you by McDonald's.
Mm-hmm. Also classic.
God. That's great. I have an E.T. poster by McDonald's.
Oh, man.
Should I bring it to the podcast studio?
Do you think that E.T. poster from McDonald's is what gave McDonald's the inspiration to make Mac and Me?
Dude.
I
I think we just fucking cracked it.
cracked it.
So what are we going to do with this newfound information?
Dude, we have to call the government.
Dude, you're going to fucking tell the government?
We have to narc.
Dude, you know the rules, dude. No narking in the Fancy Lad podcast studio.
I know. What I'm saying is we leave the Fancy Lad podcast studio after we're done recording.
Oh, you mean going to the narc zone?
The narc safe zone.
Yeah, the narc safe zone.
And we can narc as much as we fucking want.
AKA anywhere but the Fancy Lad podcast studio. Well, I don't know why I didn't fucking think that before.
Listen, this is a no narc zone in the Fancy Lad
it's a
podcast
narc-free
studio.
zone.
Fuck narcs.
Yeah, fuck narcs. We hate them.
Narc-free zone.
Once we step outside the podcast studio, we can narc as much as we want.
Oh my God, and we're gonna. And we want to narc a lot.
Oh, we're going to narc all over this fucking place.
Listen, I'm tired of getting narked on, and all this pent-up narc rage is making me want to go out there and just fucking narc all over everyone.
Dude, I'm going to fucking shoot some narc
You're going to shoot a narc?
No, I didn't mean to say that.
I mean, that's what you said, though. You're going to, wait, hold on.
I misspoke, okay?
Okay. I mean, because that's a little extreme.
All right, from inside the studio.
You're going to shoot a narc from inside the studio?
Yeah, I'm going to get my sniper.
Is that why you had that ladder built in?
To the clock tower in the studio.
God, with the tiny, tiny windows?
Uh-huh.
Ah, jeez. Well, that's a good use of that, so.
Yeah, I was actually waiting to see if you actually went outside to narc, and then I was going to use the tower. But I ruined my plan
while I was out there.
Yeah, I ruined my plan by accidentally saying it.
And you were going to shoot just near me just to, like, scare me?
Right across your ear.
Across my ear.
What the fuck was that?
Just shoot one of my sideburns off with a big old bullet.
Yeah. Yeah, it was going to be like one of those big, slow-moving bullets like in Super Mario World.
Mm.
And you're going to have to find a little hole in the ground and duck down to avoid it. Yeah.
Now, you think if say you hung me upside down, all right? Now, just
hypothetical.
Just hypothetical, just go with me. Say you hung me upside down.
Mm-hmm.
So my hair's hanging there, all right? Now, say you took a gun and you shot my hair. That's all hanging down, all right?
Yeah.
Would it just go through my hair, or do you think it would chop a few pieces off?
Maybe if it was hot enough, it might sizzle a couple,
like sizzle some ends,
couple strands off.
But it wouldn't. I don't think it would chop any.
I think it would just go right through, though.
Now, what if you curved the bullet, like when you shot it? You know?
Oh, like a hook shot.
Yeah, like a hook shot.
That's why I see in the movies they always turn the gun to the side.
Right at the last second when they shoot it, they go. Yeah, a little corkscrew.
Yeah.
So that would probably chop it.
You know, it's tough to say. Maybe if it was like a machine gun and you just did it in a straight line, so the continuous.
So you're like perforating the hair.
Exactly.
And then someone can come and like rip
Dude,
along
that's
the
like
line.
a really smart way of just getting a haircut. Just perforate your hair with bullets from a machine gun by hanging upside down.
I mean, that's like a really efficient way to run a salon as well, actually.
Yeah.
Listen, you just have people line up.
Uh-huh.
They stand in line. They get on this conveyor belt.
Dude, you can do multiple people at once.
Yeah, their boots lock them in, little gravity boots. All of a sudden, it's flipping them upside down.
Uh-huh.
They're all just going, conveyor belt upside down, dragging across the ceiling, and you're just sitting there,
Straight,
aiming in one straight line.
It makes so much sense.
They all have the same cut, too.
Exactly.
Everyone wants the same cut when they come to Machine Gun haircut place.
Machine Gun Harry's.
Yeah, dude. Hardcore Harry's.
That's really smart. It's like the little guy that, in Beetlejuice, where he's hanging from the thing, and he's all flat.
Right.
And he's like, here's your mail. Meh.
It is really smart, just like the guy in Beetlejuice. That's all flat.
Well, that's how you're going to hang the people, except
upside
it's going to be
down.
upside down.
Yeah, kind of
and
like
they're going to be full body.
Kind of like a George
But
McFly
they're going to
situation.
move like that. They're going to be like,
Oh, yeah. They're going to look like paper doll cutouts,
Yeah.
Nice and flat.
So I guess I'll hit you up when I need a fresh cut.
Please do. Because I got all this ammo,
I noticed that.
and it's not tons of it.
Yeah.
And it ain't going to be happy until it's chopping through some hair.
And we like to make the ammo happy.
Dude, ammo needs to be happy.
We need happy ammo.
No one puts ammo in corner.
No.
No one.
You hear that?
Yeah, do you hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
Kind of sounds like a fucking tremor.
Dude, I actually do think that kind of sounds like Kevin Bacon.
Oh, fuck. It's all 7 degrees of him.
What should we do?
Oh, man, don't move.
Okay.
All right, now you make some sudden movements real quick. And
Okay.
I'm going to stay not moving. Okay, perfect. Now he's going for you. Okay, great. All right, perfect. All right, well, while you get eaten by that tremor there, I'm going to grab some more beers for us.
Kind of like those big bugs in Beetlejuice.
Right, yeah, the sandworms.
Yeah.
Yep, just like those. All right, well, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Crooks trucks. Yeah, they turning stuff. I just can't get enough. They're the trucks with a hole. Did you know they got a hole?
Yeah.
And we are back.
Yes, we are.
It wasn't pleasant passing through that giant earthworm, I guess you'd call him.
Yeah, let's call it a giant earthworm, because there's no sand around here.
There's no sand, and a tremor. I mean, it's in reference to the ground.
Right.
So it's like there's tremors on the ground, but that's not what tremors is all about.
Right. That guy didn't seem to be interested completely, like, in just, like, movement.
Yeah.
Right. So he was something else. Might have just been a big earthworm.
Could have been. Should have cut him in half.
And then we could have 2 big earthworms for you to pass through.
Exactly.
Double the pleasure.
Thinking kind of a giant earthworm, human centipede sort of deal. Isn't that the dream?
Oh, man. That is the dream.
But you know what? I mentioned Jesse James earlier, and ever since I mentioned him, I just can't stop thinking about him.
Well, he's a great guy.
Great guy. I miss him.
Miss him as well. It's been a long time since he's been here.
Yeah, it's been like at least 5 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, it just doesn't seem like part of me is like, he was just here. But then it's like, no, that was like 5 years ago.
Time passes in like just a blink of an eye.
Just you take one really long blink,
Really,
and all of a sudden it's been 5 years.
really one long, hard blink.
What? Where am I? How long has it been?
Half a decade.
No,
Yeah.
but it was just one really long, hard blink.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, God, maybe if I do it again, I'll go back in time.
Yep. Try it.
Where am I? What year is it?
It's 2030.
No, that's what? That's even more time.
Yeah, that's right.
no.
You had to take the second blink, didn't you?
Jeez. All right, guess I'm kind of crazy. I think maybe third time's a charm.
All right, try it out.
All right. What year is it?
It's 2020.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
Thank God.
I'm really surprised that worked out, but
Yeah, me too. Usually doesn't.
things usually don't work out for us.
No.
Yeah. As I don't know if you've noticed that.
Actually, I'd go as far to say that things don't work out for us.
It's funny you'd say that.
It's like no need for the usually.
I guess some things go without saying. But, as per usual, it didn't work out for us.
As per usual.
Me saying that,
As per usual.
Yep.
Didn't go as we planned.
No. But, I started thinking, since we miss Jesse so much, why don't we just call him up? He's got a phone. We got a phone.
We could. Why don't we just wait? We could just have him on the podcast in person.
Really? When?
Yeah, maybe we should just call him.
All right, love.
Wait, hold on one second. Is it recording? Yeah. Okay. Hey, Jesse?
Oh, this sounds like a professional get-up.
Yeah. And you're on the Fancy Lad podcast.
Oh, sweet. Are we finished?
Yeah, that was it. How do you think it went?
Yeah.
It was all right. Yeah, how do you guys think it went?
It was a little long.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Kinda
I didn't
dragged-
watch it out first.
Kind of dragged on in the middle there.
So, what do we do?
So, the legendary Jesse James. God, I just wanted to say I missed you. I miss you.
Oh, I miss you boys too.
I also miss you, Jesse.
Thanks. What's your name?
This is Tom.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I definitely miss the times. I've been watching loads of old footage recently. And, missing it, for sure.
Yeah, you know what? Why did it take you, 5 years to take a trip down memory lane and finally start, missing the company and the times that you spent here? Why did it take so long?
You know what? In all honesty, it's tough watching the footage. Like, I genuinely find it hard watching it.
Why is that?
Like, it's like a positive and a negative, right? Like, you get to see all the good times, but you're also kind of not a part of it too. So I always find it like a good thing to watch it, but then it's also really hard to watch it too.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause it's kind of not my choice for not being there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
Kind
Cam.
of tough.
Well, it's not your choice not being here
Yeah.
because of the whole visa thing.
Yeah, exactly, right?
And I'm like, God, just have the guy work on his credit. I have a Visa card. I got it, no problem,
They hand those things out over here.
Seriously, I get a freaking offer in the mail every week for a new visa.
Yeah.
Well, that's America for you.
Yeah.
But
Oh, God, what great times we had, though. I mean, people consider FL3 the definitive moment when Fancy Lad came into its own, and you were right there.
it's my favorite other than Legs' part in the first one. I love Legs' part in the first one.
Wow. See, well, either...
and anything Matt Tomasello puts out now, obviously.
Yeah. Well, either people say FL3 or Is This Skateboarding, but I guess you're going to favorite FL3 because you're in it, because you had first part. Well, technically second part.
Again, probably just because of the memories.
Yeah.
Like, I'll favour it because of the memories, not necessarily because it's better.
I mean, isn't all skate videos, you want to, contribute to skateboarding and show other people, inspire them, but isn't it all just about making memories with the boys?
Yeah, I think that's why I enjoy the Fancy Lad videos so much. Like, it's same as that whole body cam vibe, right? Like, it's not so much about the tricks necessarily, it's about the feeling. It's about the emotion. If that emotion comes through in the video, that's what's going to get me juiced to skate more than seeing someone do something crazy technical or crazy impressive.
Yeah.
I'd much rather, just get the feel of boys having fun or girls having fun wherever they are, doing their thing. That's going to get me juiced to go skating.
Like how you used to be used to love the Weekend Taj video.
Oh, dude, that one's amazing, right?
Yeah, I was actually going to search for that. I was thinking about that video the other day, and I was going to start searching my room for it because I was remembering how much you loved it.
That was really good, and that's nearly as good as Dangerous Minds. That was pretty good too. Love Dangerous Minds.
Fantastic skate video. Michelle
Not
Pfeiffer.
skateboarding, but is he dead?
Yes.
Yeah, baby, he's dead.
But it's good to see.
that-
No. But it's
Sorry, carry on.
But it's good to see, you know, I saw your clip that you sent me. And it's good to see that
Oh, yeah?
that's still, it feels like you haven't missed a beat. The same feel of your edits, you know, same timing, same, obviously it's a very similar trick to the boxing one.
Oh, yeah. See, that one was filmed back home, too. It's just...
Is that old footage?
So that was filmed a couple of years ago, yeah. By my buddy Ed Hubert, who... Have you seen that Blokes video?
Oh, yeah.
With questions in? Yeah, he's the one that filmed that. So, yeah, he's a genius, too.
So what are you going to do with that footage? Has it been released?
I was going to try and get thrown off of Instagram for it.
You won't
I don't
get
know.
thrown off of Instagram. If anything, they'll flag it.
Yeah, maybe.
I
I
already.
mean, part of the hard stuff for me is like editing stuff here too, filming stuff, editing. It's all kind of an issue being out here. It makes it harder anyway. Haven't got my desktop computer.
Yeah.
Haven't got much to film on. Stuff's harder to get out here.
Just so the people
But yeah.
at home listening have a reference to what we're talking about. The trick involves a prosthetic dildo.
You could just call it a dildo, I think.
Well, I didn't want them confusing if I was referring to Jason Dill, though.
Oh,
You know?
that dildo.
That dildo.
I remember that time you met him.
Yeah.
Have you stopped using Shugu now?
You were there, right?
Yeah, I refuse to go and meet him.
Yeah.
Not because I dislike him, just because sometimes it's better not to meet your heroes.
Because you didn't want to make the same mistake as me where you fan out on somebody and feel like an awkward 13-year-old loser for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that was it.
Well,
It was really funny seeing you did it, but
yeah. Well, I don't know how you had that foresight.
I mean, it was at the Supreme Art Gallery, wasn't it? Art show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of expected, right?
For an anti-hero related skate
Yeah.
artist, okay? So it gave
He
it
was
that
really cool, though.
street cred.
What else was I thinking about the other? Remember that time that John Cattle drank your piss?
Oh, yeah.
That
And
was one of my favorite memories too. I started laughing on my own about that.
I was thinking about that the other day because Matt was showing me this clip from Curb Your Enthusiasm where,
Okay.
God, I always...
JB Smooth.
JB Smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always I always fuck up his name because it sounds so much like Smooth.
Yeah.
But where he was talking about, he's like, you know how many times I've pissed in a motherfucking Gatorade bottle? Hundreds of times. You know how many times I drank that shit? Once. And it made me think of John Cattle drinking my pee.
Yeah, I miss John Cattle too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gold. I remember knowing that he was going to be drinking. I was watching it, and it was like it was in slow motion. I figured I'd tell him after the fact, but I figured he'd know that as soon as he drank it.
Yeah, it's kind of a hard thing not to realize once it's happening. This doesn't taste like Gatorade at all. If I were to guess, I'd say we're piss.
And everyone asks, you know, how we met in the first place.
I think that was after the first Fancy Lad video, right? I think I contacted you guys because I read somewhere that Fisk wasn't riding for heroin anymore.
On his blog.
And then, I found out about you guys.
You asked for the free DVD that we were offering because that video was such a piece of shit that we decided to just give it out for free.
Ah, yeah. That makes sense.
Checks out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a free DVD.
Yeah, so you emailed me asking for the free DVD, and in the email, you were like, hey, look at my edits that I make. I skate too.
Yeah, and then you sent me a nudie pic, didn't you?
Yeah, but you know, that was a while ago, okay?
Different times, baby.
And then you said, hey, can I go on tour with you guys? I heard that you're driving down to Florida. I'll
No,
make
I
it.
didn't ask you that, right?
No. But I mentioned it to you for some weird reason because I was like, I liked the videos that you sent. This was pre-Golden Egg too. This was before you
Yeah,
were
it
even
must have been,
famous. And I was
Yeah.
like, hey, we're
Very
going on the
much.
Hot Bus Hellride tour. Why don't you hop on a puddle hopper, come across the pond, hop in the bus, aka the van,
Take a hell ride.
drive down the states, take a hell ride.
Yeah. That was my first experience of bubble tea on that trip too. Never looked back since.
Oh God, do you like
Love
bubble
that
tea?
stuff. Does anybody not?
Yes.
Oh. Does anybody else not?
No.
I love it.
I'm
Yeah,
the only.
yeah.
I haven't met anyone that dislikes it.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hooked on that. Other than that, yeah, the tour was all right, I suppose.
But that was for New Hell, so that wasn't even FL3, and then you came back to film your part for
Yeah.
FL3.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh,
the
and
Jesse that we all
'cause
know and love.
I had tricks in New Hell, and I remember I sent you a USB stick, and that USB stick disappeared. And then you found it.
Yeah, it was in my butthole.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff
Yeah.
in there, though, you know?
What, in the USB stick or in your butthole? I guess it's both, right? If it's in a USB stick and it's in your butthole,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was right next to my collection of toenail clippings.
Also in your butthole?
Yeah.
Oh,
Man,
it's a good
all
place
those
to put it.
megabytes. I bet that gigahertz.
Ah, god damn, you're a master of the English language. Oh, how I envy you being from England. Is everyone so, you know, quick there?
You know, I reckon the English speak the worst English language. Like, I'm not slating it. I love the way the English speak. But I think Americans speak the English language better than we do.
You're damn right. Don't
on
you
a
forget it.
textbook sort of vibe. But I prefer all the slang and the weird
Yeah,
bits the English put in.
yeah.
New Zealanders, like, because I'm living in New Zealand now, like, New Zealanders speak more like the English than Americans for sure.
I haven't been there.
It's not really relevant to skateboarding.
I haven't been there. How's Richie Jackson's family over there, though? That's why you went,
I've
right?
got- Oh yeah, just to hang out with his family. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Not found him yet. It's been 3 years. Get the feeling they're avoiding me. Even so much so that we're even quarantined now, so I'm not even allowed to leave my house. So
How do you eat food?
I mean, I feel like it's a big conspiracy between the Jackson family to stop me from coming to find them.
The Jackson family?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That does
Yeah,
sound
well,
like a conspiracy. How do you get food if you can't leave the house?
You can leave the house for food and you can go for a walk or whatnot. But yeah, we're all on lockdown. It seems to be working though.
Yeah.
It seems to be working. How are you guys doing with that?
Yeah, they say that we're on lockdown over here. I don't even know what they call it. Just advisory to stay at home?
Well, yeah, where we're at, we're on like suggested stay-at-home lockdown, whereas like New York and stuff or like places in California are on like actual lockdown where they're not supposed to leave.
Right, where they'll pull you over.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a little bit looser here, and then obviously you got a bunch of different places across the states where people are actively protesting the lockdowns and saying that the virus is a myth.
Yeah, I saw someone in like full-on face mask and stuff protesting, saying it was a myth, which made no sense.
Yeah, they had like full
Sure,
on like
photo.
gas masks and like AK-47s.
Yeah, like we don't need this virus. It's like, why are you wearing a gas mask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just just preemptive in case for the tear gas.
Oh, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Never thought of it that way.
But I'm kind of
yeah.
glad that we have to wear masks now because it finally gives me a reason to wear this gas mask that I bought with the 6-foot bong built into it,
It's true.
which is a little awkward to walk around in because I'm not even 6 feet tall, so it's kind of like a third leg. And I was just like propelling myself forward on it.
Yeah.
You need to put a truck on the bottom of that so you can
Dude.
drag it on.
Oh my god, that's
That's
a
so
great
smart.
idea. To get a crux Crux brand trucks on the bottom of that
Mhm.
baby.
6 foot bong.
Oh, is that a free advert right there?
Yeah, and it's perfect because the trucks have a hole in them.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's right.
So, are you guys filming a new video? What's the score?
Damn right, we're filming a new video.
Sick.
I'm editing it right now as we speak here on the podcast.
Who's got sections in that one?
Oh, it's a stacked lineup. You got Big
Has Matt
Zo.
Tomasello got the first one and the last one? Should do.
Like Rodrigo and Can't Stop the Firm.
Mm.
You got old Big Zo. You got Matt Tomasello. You got Orange Man. You got some newcomers. You got Milk Snake.
Oh, I like him. He's good.
You got Floppy Tim.
Oh, I remember him.
And just a bunch of, colorful other bunch of characters.
Just smattering.
Like a glittering.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds good. I'm going to ask the awkward question that everybody's going to be asking. What's the point if there isn't a Daddy Long Legs section?
Well,
Well,
who knows? Question mark.
Oh. Well, now I'm excited.
Hey, Jesse, do you think we should go to break, or do you feel comfortable talking to Tom while I pee real quick?
Are we all going with you, or are you going on your own?
I need to go on my own.
well, I'm gonna go in there with him. I gotta hold his wiener for him.
Okay, yeah.
Mate, you could use one of those crutch trucks.
So maybe we should take a quick. So maybe we should take a quick break and come right back. Either way, you guys decide.
I think we'll be
Okay.
fine. I think we'll be fine without him, Jesse.
Yeah, I think we've spoken before.
Yeah, I think maybe once or twice. So, what's the candy situation down there? What kind of candy you got in there?
It all kind of sucks, man.
Really?
No, it's not as good. I'm kind of addicted to cheesecake at the minute. I've shifted up gears.
Dude, I was just talking about cheesecake the other day.
Oh yeah,
I
What's your favorite?
love cheesecake.
That's
You know,
fucking good, right?
yeah, I like my favorite would just be a plain cheesecake, you know, but maybe some like fruit on there. I'm not big into
Right.
like the chocolate cheesecakes or anything, but I
Plain
fuck,
cheesecake's best one.
yeah, I could fuck with some fruit maybe.
Yeah, it kind of makes it a bit more good for you then, though, doesn't it? It's kind of cheating.
Yeah, but I mean it's so savory tasting anyways, you know, it's not good either way.
Yeah. What about if you put a crux truck right in the middle of it?
Well, I mean that goes without saying because that's the only way you can make the perfect cheesecake is if you have, and you know if you have 8 slices, each slice is going to need 2 trucks per slice because that's how trucks work. So you're looking at like 16 individual trucks. We're talking 8 sets. All right.
Yeah, makes sense.
Absolutely. So you want to make sure you keep those cheesecake slices rolling and turning because those trucks, ooh baby, they turn.
Yeah, and you've got the good cushion on there too.
Oh man,
Spring.
that cushion, oof, man. And let me tell you, it
Yeah.
doesn't get worse when it freezes out.
Man, I remember leaving just before Boston winters, man, and it was too cold.
Yeah, you know we haven't the last few winters.
He's
have been,
an absolute dickhead, but is he back?
Yeah, he's back. He's back. Fuck.
That was awkward.
Yeah, no.
Oh god, sorry that took so long. You know, I actually had to wash my hands, what with the COVID and all.
Big, we have a camera set up in there. You did not wash your hands.
Shit.
In fact, I saw you stick both of your hands between your ass cheeks.
Okay, why would you put a camera in the bathroom and invade people's privacy like that?
I got to make sure people are washing their hands in this Fancy Lad podcast studio. We can't have COVID-19 getting in here.
I literally have never washed my hands once, and this is the first time that you're mentioning it.
We just finished getting COVID 1 through 18 out of the studio. You think I want to deal with 19?
No.
No.
No,
Is
absolutely
washing your
not.
hands just a suggestion out there?
Pretty much.
Like in New York where it's enforced.
No, it is pretty much a suggestion out here.
Mhm.
There was a news anchor recently that said that germs weren't real because you can't see them, so they're not really there, and that he hasn't washed his hands in over 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Now that
Makes
seems
sense.
insane. Who
You
wouldn't?
can't see it.
Who wouldn't wash their hands?
Yeah,
You know?
just based on the smell alone.
Yeah, I mean, they get dirty.
Right. Well, I mean, you got Floppy Tim who hadn't used soap in
That's true.
over a year. or however
Hasn't,
long
still
now.
hasn't.
Oh, so it's must probably been like 3 or 4 years at this point.
Yeah.
Has he admitted that? Is that something he's told you or just something you've noticed?
No, it's something he's told us.
Yeah, no, he doesn't shower. He just rinses off in the pond.
Yeah.
And I know this sounds like a really well crafted joke, but it is not.
What's the theory behind that?
That the oils won't stick to him because he's covered in dirt.
Right. Smart dude. Smart dude.
Because he works on a farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't use soap because he works on a farm and he's covered in dirt, so nothing will stick to him.
Right.
Yep. All right, so you get it.
Yeah. I just was double checking.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Makes
man.
sense.
Ah, Jesse, did you hear the sound right there?
I did, yeah.
That was the sound of me cracking into a sweet, sweet Clown Shoes brand beer.
Oh, man. Remember the film? I loved filming that edit that time.
Right.
That
Jesse,
other girl called Jessie was there. That was
Mhm.
fun. I watched that the other day.
Jesse down the
It was
5
good.
with the Clown
Yeah.
Shoes brand beer.
Yeah.
It
Not
was
quite as good as a good old hurricane, but
It was written in the scripture that day that Clown Shoes would eventually sponsor the Fancy Lad podcast.
oh, that would be good.
Do you miss?
That would be that is good. We are sponsored
Weiss
by
works.
we are
yeah.
sponsored by Clown Shoes brand beer.
Yeah, did you know that the podcast? Do you even listen to the podcast? Because I feel like
I'm listening to it right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I feel like you'd know that we were sponsored by Clown Shoes brand beer.
Of course. I knew Weiss worked for you, or not for you, for Town Shoes.
So let me paint everybody a picture. You know,
Paint him a picture, please.
Jesse, filming for FL3, used to live in the nook in my room, is where he used to sleep.
Yeah, first and only time I've ever pissed on someone's floor.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
And you also saw the ghost of the lumberjack there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good memories. 3
Yep.
times.
Mm-hmm. Which, at the edge of your bed, which you didn't even say anything, you just went back to sleep. See, that seems a bit odd to me.
Except for the last time.
Wait, it was multiple times?
Because it was Fisk's room, right?
Yep.
And I can't remember when the lumberjack was. I thought it was when Fisk was living up there.
Interesting.
I think it was when Fisk was living up there because I remember thinking that sounds like he saw Fisk at the end of his bed.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Especially
it
because
had
Fisk
clothes on.
did own a red flannel. You know that, right?
Right. So everyone understands I'm not nuts. All those one people that is probably listening to this podcast. Hi, Brendan.
Oh my God, we got more viewers than just Brendan. Okay, this is the #1 skateboard podcast in the world.
And
I'll
also,
have you know.
and also, just so you know, I don't think Brendan listens to the podcast.
It's true.
Although, if you are
Well, we'll
listening,
find out after this, won't we?
yell exit Brendan.
So this is like the COVID-19 club then.
So regardless,
Right.
I was just trying to paint them a picture of you sleeping in the nook,
Mhm.
waking up every day, immediately cracking a 40,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then going to look to huck down some stairs
Yeah.
for a laugh.
Oh, no, because normally we'd wait for you to get up, so we'd probably watch Dangerous Minds about twice, maybe the first half of Weekend Taj, or possibly a drinking game with the Death Wish video, where mean section, every time it has a hill flip, you'd have to have a drink. That was
Jeez.
the one.
How early were you waking up?
Like 7 or 8?
That's ridiculous.
Oh my
Pretty
god!
early. I still wake up about that time. Why not? Otherwise you'll miss half the day.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. If you miss half the day, you only have to be awake for it for half the time.
Hey, you only have to deal with half the bullshit.
It's pretty hard to sleep when you've got some dude staring over your bed.
That's true. You got some ghost at the foot of your bed,
Let's get back to this
sucking on your
lumberjack
toes.
story anyway before I sound nuts. So the first time I saw this lumberjack,
Yep.
I was sleeping, I woke up, and there was someone looking over my bed. So, as you do, just figured I was nuts and went back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Second time I was prepared.
You didn't know.
I
I
had
mean,
a camera down.
wait, hold on. First
You know
time,
what?
did you know anything what they looked like, or you just saw a shadowy figure?
Well, I didn't know what they looked like before I saw them.
Okay.
But yeah, when I saw them, I saw like it was always like a shadowy figure. Looked exactly like Fisk. No, I'm kidding. It didn't look exactly. It was like a shadowy figure, hood up, and it was like a red flannel, as you guys would call it.
Mm-hmm.
So first time, I was like, yeah, go back to sleep. Wake up, I'm like, this is a funny story. It's probably me dreaming, probably nothing, but it's pretty funny. It was quite weird. Second time, I was like, all right, I'm going to get ready just in case it happens again. I'll put my camera down by the side, so if it happens again, I can take a photo. And bam, got him. There's my money right there. Happened again, and then I went to get the camera. Disappeared.
He was gone.
Right, so I'm a little bit more awake now. Seems a little bit weirder. It's happened twice. I was like, all right. Wake up next day, tell everyone. And then third time, I'm like, right, let's properly check this scientifically, just to see what's going on. Because obviously you just think you're asleep, but you don't know you're asleep.
Right.
So I was like, right, if it happens again, I'm going to stay awake, see what's going on, check out the room, all that stuff. And this is like a room on the third story, right, for those people that don't know.
Yep.
Which is real creaky when you go up there. So the third time it happened, just stood there, didn't move, and I was just staring at it for ages. Nothing moved. And then I moved my covers, and as I moved my covers, it disappeared. But for the next hour or so, I stayed awake, checking out the room, listening to the stairs. Fisk was asleep. Nothing moved. So I knew that I hadn't gone back to sleep, so I didn't sleep for the rest of that time.
So when you say you were staring at him for ages, how long do you actually think it was?
Oh, at least 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So you were a good long stare at him.
Oh, yeah, I can keep my eyes open for at least 5 seconds without blinking.
I've seen it happen.
Let me try to look at
doing it
Tom.
right now.
Let
Yeah.
me try to look at Tom for 5 seconds. Hold on 1 second. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi,
Wow.
3 Mississippi, 4. Okay, I can't do it. I'm sorry. That was too long.
I Medusa'd his ass.
It's tough, isn't it?
It's hard.
Probably that USB stick that's stuck up your ass, isn't it?
Oh, that's hard too.
Listen, we found the footage, okay? You had a part in the video, all right? It's not still up there.
Everyone thought
Right,
that the
so,
lens was just dirty in the filming, but it was actually just fecal matter on the USB stick from Big's asshole.
And that must make sense why everyone calls your part in that video a piece of shit.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, I just want to know whether you took it out before you inserted it into the computer or you just left it in.
Oh, I just left it in.
no, he put the computer up there with it,
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
and then Tony went up there to finish the video. They got a whole nice little editing
Man,
suite.
how is Tony doing? Has he got a section?
Sadly enough, Tony does not have a section. But you know, all of the characters that you know and love, they at least have 1 or 2 little tricks sprinkled in there.
Cool.
Tony moved away from us, Jesse.
It's true. He lives in Western Mass now.
Yeah, I remember hearing. Okay. That's not too far, though, right?
No, he's only about 2 hours away, but it's far enough that it's like, you know,
And
an event when we go see him
You'd
or
have
he
to
comes
zoom in quite
here.
far.
And now I've
Yeah.
spoken to him. You know, I call him every week, and you know, he assures me he will not be coming here anytime soon because of the COVID.
Right.
So it's good that he
because
can.
of the COVID. That's a good
it's-
excuse as well.
It's good that he
Sound
can
like
blame the
Ricky Jackson
COVID.
with me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Do you remember? Man, I'm just all these. You know, the memory, the trip down memory lane's really coming back to me. You remember when you were just talking about how it was such a rickety ship of fools, and how you know, it was so rickety that you were just unsure about its, let's say, longevity. In your face, Jesse. That was like 6 or 7 years ago, you freak.
And now there's one person listening to this podcast. Hi, Brandon.
Hey, you said you were listening to it as well right now. So
Oh, yeah.
we're going to count that.
So that, again, that's like in my head, that's like a positive and a potential negative, right? Like, that's what I love about, or I do love about Fancy Lad, is that it's full of crazy characters
Mm-hmm.
that walk that tightrope. And sometimes it's madness, and sometimes it's genius, sometimes it's a little bit of both. And for that to work for a long time is pretty hard, because those people that live on that border can self-destruct quite easily.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
I feel like we've seen that happen a few times.
Especially when there's a group of people doing it.
Yeah.
Like if there's a group of those high characters that are like that, it's hard for that to mesh really well, which is what I love about it, because when I was out there, obviously that just breeds creativity too.
Yeah, I think that's no surprise
it has
why.
an effect on everybody.
I think that's no shock to why when you mentioned Tony and we mentioned that he moved away, and you can mention everyone else you love in the video not having a part in the new video. I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah, that's all good though. Things change, right? Things move on.
That's
Things progress. Things change.
It's true. Things
Not
we're
bad.
kind of in
Make room for other people.
we're kind of like in the good and evil phase of Fancy Lad, or maybe jump off a building.
Mhm.
No, yeah, depending on how you look at it. I don't know. I was watching Sucking the Life last night, so I was more in the good and evil mindset of Toy Machine, where their whole roster changed except for Ed Templeton.
Mm.
What did I watch this morning? I watched that new Bees video this morning. You seen that? It's a good one.
From Enjoy.
Wasps? No. Remember the Bees trilogy?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
They-
Wasps.
New one, didn't they? Called Wasps.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was actually the first
That
one
was
that
good.
was
With
made
a Z,
by.
like hip hop.
It was made by the filmer. It wasn't actually made by the original guy, Russ, who made the original Bees videos. But it was good.
Yeah. I noticed he's in it though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he is in it.
That Russ guy's in it still. But yeah, it's a good video. It's a good video.
Yeah, definitely.
And those new Red Bull videos, there's a good Osaka Daggers one in there.
Oh, I haven't seen
With
those.
S3Eps. He goes to see the Osaka Daggers, which is pretty inspiring.
Yeah.
That's really inspiring, actually, that one.
Yeah,
So,
Matt,
Brendan, if you haven't seen that, you should check that out.
you you son of a bitch.
It's nice that Big and I can get together once a week to do these recordings for Brendan, though, right?
Yeah, you're dedicated to the art.
Yeah, and friends.
Yeah. Matt was wondering, how can he be considered the world's most creative skater and not get anything monetarily from skateboarding? Matt Tomasello.
Yeah, that bamboozles me. It bamboozles me. I don't understand that at all. And it's not just about the money, but that guy's a genius and deserves to be able to follow that as far as he can. And obviously not having money to do that.
But,
makes it hard.
not even, because, like, he can't even actually get on, like, a shoe sponsor or, any of the big paying things, the big payouts in skating.
I think part of that is because people don't realise how good he is naturally on a skateboard. I remember seeing his old Orchard set. Was it Orchard? He had
No,
sections in their videos?
it was 1031,
Who was it that...
and then it was K-Man videos.
Maybe it was the K-Man videos when
And
I
he
came
had one,
over.
and he had one part in the Tin Tran video, Suede Peach.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. I'm sure it was that one.
Yeah.
When I came over, and that's before I knew him. And I'd watched those videos, and he is so talented. Kind of like Daddy Longlegs. So talented in the conventional sense on a skateboard too. But I think his skateboarding, the way that he is out there on the internet and whatnot, is more akin to art. So I guess if he's wanting to make money from it, if that's what he wants to do, I think it'd be a lot easier for him to just... It's almost like a totally different art form now. I know skateboarding's an art to me.
So he should get
but it's almost not skateboarding.
He should
It
get on
really
a
is.
shoe company that sponsors artists instead of athletes.
Well, he did just, respond to Tom's suggestion. Go ahead.
He should get on a shoe company that sponsors artists and not athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really see him as an athlete.
Yeah, no.
But also, I can't imagine him walking around with paintbrushes on his feet, but that would be cool.
Well, he did just sell a manip to a museum of Ripley's Believe It or Not, Jealous, Jesse?
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Oh, did
That's
you
cool.
know that
That's
yeah,
really cool.
Ripley's came here and filmed a little segment about Matt a few weeks ago.
No way. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
Dean Kane was not here, but apparently I think Steve Buscemi the new host or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, was he there?
No.
Jesse,
Oh, that sucks.
what I'm pretty much asking you is, how do you feel that everything you did bringing the Manip game into Fancy Lad, Orange Man stole from you, and then Matt stole from Orange Man, and now he has elevated himself much, much higher than either of you could ever fathom?
I mean, I don't think it's all about how high you can jump, though, to be honest. But I don't mind that at all. In fact, Matt sent me a message on Instagram the other month, just saying thanks to me and Avi for sort of writing the handbook and all that stuff. But I don't think we did. I think that's been going for a long time.
Wait, you think it was Simon Woodstock?
You know what? I don't know. Somebody else asked me that the other day too. Like whether I watched Simon Woodstock videos and got inspired by that. But I don't think I genuinely don't think I did. I think it was organic.
Because I mentioned that to Matt all the time. I mentioned to him being like, "Oh, well, you got to give credit to Simon Woodstock being the first guy to make Manips," and he goes, "Yeah, I would, but I actually have never seen one Manip from him that's impressed me." And he said that he watched his parts later. And he said, yeah, duct taping a boogie board onto a skateboard. Yeah, that's something I was doing when I was a kid.
Yeah, so I think it's just people seeing that art form in a different way too. I think I was the same as Matt. Not that what Woodstock didn't impress me, just that I didn't see it till later on. But for me, I grew up skateboarding on my own, so I didn't think twice about learning stupid tricks or just. I remember learning tricks that I didn't know the name of, and then somebody telling me down the line what that trick was called.
It was a kickflip. Right. It was called a kickflip.
I know. I've worked that out now. I still can't do it. So yeah, I don't care. I guess what does annoy me is, like, obviously stuff has been ripped off before. People have clearly stolen my ideas that I'm not going to mention.
But you just did.
Wait, you don't want Brendan hearing about it?
Yeah, but I'm not going to mention specifics. What's that?
Because Brendan was the one ripping off your ideas.
Yeah, you don't want Brendan to hear you talking shit about someone?
I'll phone Brendan afterwards and explain to him.
Off air. Okay.
Yeah, off air.
Yeah, okay.
Just because I don't want you guys to know about it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So, all right. So the thing that does bug me now, or did, it doesn't anymore. Maybe it does. I don't know. It hasn't happened in a while because I haven't put anything out there. So, like, if I put something up on the internet or whatever, I get various or some other company getting tagged that does their own thing where they make skateboards or get people to send them skateboards.
Mm-hmm.
You talking Braille?
Yeah, I think he's talking Braille.
Yeah. But that's not a negative on them. I'm not slating them. But I guess it's kind of like how you mentioned with Simon Woodstock. Like, for me, he wasn't a major inspiration for why I did my things. And I'm sure a lot of the kids that watch the Braille stuff, I'm not a major inspiration to why they do their things. But it is quite tough sometimes when people don't know the history or when stuff is almost being repeated again.
Yeah.
It's good when people take influence from what you're doing. I love that because people are pushing it. You look at what Matt's doing now and he's in a totally different league of his own. Like, what he's doing is insane. And for me, that's exactly how I envisioned my stuff to go. And he's taken it way further than that, of making these crazy boards, but actually the skateboarding on those skateboards is really hard to do as well. It's not just a gimmick. So you actually have to be good on a skateboard to do what he's doing anyway.
Exactly.
Which is how I took it, but that's not to say that you can't take it another direction. But sometimes when stuff's a carbon copy, or when people, I guess the thing that I struggle with is when people think that I'm copying somebody else, when in fact
It's the other way
some of
around.
that stuff was done beforehand. Yeah, not saying that they're copying, but it's like it kind of hurts when people think I'm the one doing the copying,
Right.
even if it was coincidental or whatever. It's tough when that's the case.
Well, no one likes
suppose.
plagiarism, and
Except for bronze.
right. And but the one thing is, okay, so there is straight out copying, and it sucks that because this person, just like bronze, has such a larger following than you, that because they are big, you are small, they assume that you are the one who is doing the copying. But
Yeah,
the thing that you can kind of take away from it and kind of, I don't know, feel better about is that, they say that an idea is the one thing that when more people have it, it only gets more value. Not like a pizza where you share it, and the more people you share it with, you get less of it. But an idea, imagine if Thrasher magazine was just, just only focused on creative skateboarding. Fancy would be the number one skateboard company in the world.
Yeah, ideas are like a snowball,
sure.
not like a pizza. You don't want to share pizza. You want it all yourself. But a snowball, everyone keeps rolling it. That baby gets big. Pretty soon you got yourself a snowman.
A big snowman.
Big old snowman.
Yell exit Craig Royer.
Wait, a big snowman?
Yeah, big
So like a
snowman.
self-portrait?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that goes back, like, that's cool, and I love the spread of ideas, and that's great. But then I guess it goes back to what you said about Matt Tomasello and him. He's doing all this amazing stuff, and he's still not able to make any sort of monetary gain from it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because skateboarding as an art form is too new of a concept to really be valued to its full potential.
Sure,
I think
I
that
agree. And
I think
go on, carry on.
I think we're putting in the work, and we've, changed. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I think that we've changed a lot of things about skateboarding and the way people view skateboarding. But it's still too new of it, even a concept for, there to be, I don't know. I mean, when I hate to talk about art because, the second you talk about art, you become a pretentious asshole.
Yeah. There's only Brendan listening, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only have one pretentious asshole listener.
But yeah, the really skillful, and it is skillful in its own way, but it's misunderstood because it's ingenious in a way. But it's when you look at it's almost like impressionism art or anything like that, or expressionism being a deconstruction of the art. People say that it's just getting worse and worse because they put, it doesn't have the same sort of just mindless value of really realistic painting or something like that somebody can. It's so much more tangible of the skill level if something looks like it looks like, because it's not. It doesn't have this esoteric nature to it where you have to be so involved in the actual art form to really understand it.
Yeah, I agree. Which is why I'm always so inspired by the Dada movement.
Exactly.
Just stripping it all back. Almost like anti-skateboarding.
Yeah.
Just like anti-art. So stripping it back to just being play is why we all started doing it in the first place. That's why all those boards started getting made, was literally to make myself and my friends around me laugh. And that's what I enjoy out skateboarding, is laughing. Interesting, when I first came to New Zealand, I'll always remember I fell over and it was really weird because nobody laughed at me. And that felt weird. I was like, oh man.
And I remember you talking about the kids at the skate park who were trying to emulate, or they were trying to take the piss out of Fancy Lad, and they would, fling their boards at the wall, and they'd yell out Fancy Lad,
Yeah.
and then you'd say to me, but it was the only time you'd see those kids smile.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So
It's cool.
joke's on them.
But going back to, because I've had this conversation a few times again. I keep having conversations recently. It's mostly with myself. Anyway, I had this conversation recently about would I have changed things if I did it again? And I don't think I would. So I'm not jealous of people making money or doing well out of these ideas, because I don't think I would have changed what I've done anyway, because I like being on the fringes. I guess as an outsider, it's kind of the standard thing, isn't it? You like being on the fringes. Like, I don't feel comfortable being in the mainstream. Don't feel comfortable at competitions. Don't feel comfortable being in the middle of things. So I think no matter what.
Have you ever entered a competition?
I did in my local village once when I was a kid. When I was younger. I don't think I was a kid, but I was younger. Yeah.
Well, I was just watching Mike V's. I was just watching Mike V's Stand Strong video, and there's a good clip where they ask Mike V and they ask Bam like why it enters the contest, and Mike V's like, I do it just to showcase like self-expression, and I skate in an aggressive way, and then they ask Bam, and he goes, I just enter the contest for money, but I skate for fun.
Perfect. Genius.
Fucking genius.
Yeah, I remember the only reason I entered that contest in my local village was because it was all of my friends were there. That was the only reason. And I remember I won a board and I sent it to my mate. He lived 2 hours drive away from me, and I knew he didn't have a skateboard, so I gave it to him. So I shipped it over to him.
And you were very...
That was the reason to it.
Yeah, and you were very anti even having a pro model on White Trash.
Yeah, not because I didn't like the company.
No, exactly. It was because you didn't think enough of yourself to have a pro model.
Yeah, I always struggled with that anyway. Like, you go to a skate park, especially locally, and people kind of know who you are to an extent, which is why I hate skating in front of people, I suppose. It's that whole sponsorship thing. You go to a skate park, people sort of know who you are. You hear people whispering, like, oh, he's pretty. Oh, yeah, look at him. But no, you go to a skate park and you're just trying to have a laugh with your friends.
Yeah.
And I'm really self-conscious anyway, which sounds contradictory because I love face paint and fancy dress and all that stuff.
Right.
But you go to a park and people are talking, and then you feel like you've got to be what they expect you to be. So they expect, because you're sponsored, to land all of these tricks every time or whatever. In my head, they do, which totally takes you out of the fun zone. Sometimes I can deal with it. Sometimes I can't. But if I feel like I'm being watched, and I think everybody feels like that at skate park to an extent, like there's always people trying to compete against you, or we used to call them stare boys back home, where they'd stare at you and see what you're doing, and they do a trick, and then, or do the trick that you're trying to do, and then they stare at you for ages, pretending that they're not looking, but trying to see if you've noticed that they've done that trick, and that you'll love them for doing it. But yeah, I struggled with that in the sponsorship side of it, of just people watching you and having expectations when I just want to have fun. So I tried to just skate just with my friends in shitty spots, just because then you're just laughing with each other.
Well, I got to tell you, Matt Tomasello is the exact same way, so he says, when he goes to skate parks. But
man, he copies me on everything.
I was going to say the only difference between you and him is that he's actually very low key, and you are an attention whore.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was interesting because we had an interview after Golden Egg came out, and people were asking me all this stuff about, because there was certain tricks, like, do you care about all this stuff? What you're wearing and stuff? Are you trying to stand out? And genuinely, no. Like, that stuff was so planned out so that it was just me and my friends around, because I hate being the center of attention. I feel really self-conscious with that. Plus, some of the stuff in that video, in a Golden Egg especially, I was working for like local government. I'm working with kids. I've worked with kids half my life.
Yeah.
And if that stuff gets seen by certain places, it's not going to look good for my work. So I have to be kind of careful with that. Like, Obviously, Jesse James isn't my real name for those of people that don't know, but that's what everybody calls me, other than work and my parents. So that kind of helps too. But yeah, I think, especially when you're trying stupid tricks, I hate, because sometimes those tricks take a while to even work out whether they're possible. So the idea of people walking past and seeing you trying to hit a fucking punch bag and get it to spin around,
let alone a dildo.
They're either going to want to stop and watch, which kind of makes, so people are either going to want to stop and watch and see you do it, which also takes me out of that moment because I feel or they're going to feel like you're some sort of circus show.
So for that dildo board, though, I'm assuming that after you did the flip where you hit it with your hand, you did it in a line where then you went into a coffin, right?
So, strangely, I've got another one of those dildos here in New Zealand with me because some boys over here bought me one because I want to attach it to the board and do some other stuff because I'd love to do one of those like air out of something in sack tap, something like that. Do some sow flips whilst you're grabbing it. If you get it up to your face, that would be amazing. There's more possibilities. But I like the idea of it just waggling around for now.
I was saying because if it was a coffin and it was on the tail of the board, then you'd end up sitting on the
dildo.
Yeah.
The prosthetic dildo.
Right.
Wait, I don't get it.
Well, why don't you just go sit on that board and sit, and maybe you'll see what we made.
All right. Is that what happened to the USB stick, I guess?
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a USB stick in there, right?
Yeah, all right, mate. So, yeah, I've still got a list of ideas I want to film. I've got that on my phone. It's just the ability to go out and film them. And same again. Just it was nice back home having a certain space, and same in JP where you've got the basketball courts right next to you. Well, it's like your own little private training spot where you can skate and nobody's watching you.
The TF.
It's true. It's like the
training facility.
It's like a skate heaven over here. You don't know what you got till it's gone. Am I right, Jesse?
That's it. Yeah, I agree.
Oh man, and Jesse, they repaved over by the ice skating rink that little bank with the Jersey barriers.
They
repaved that, and then we got some fresh curbs up on the other side of that building.
So what I'm thinking is we got to get you back here in the States, bro.
Yeah, you got to come back.
So I'm asking you here on the Fancy Lad podcast.
Oh boy, here it is.
Jesse.
Oh jeez. He's down on one knee.
I've loved you for quite some time now.
Oh my god.
And I've
so
been
I can't believe you're doing this in front of Brendan.
Oh god. Yeah, Brendan's gonna be
And
fucking pissed.
in love
gonna be
with
so
you.
Pissed.
I was wondering if you'd do me the honor of taking my hand in marriage.
Oh my god.
Now and forever until death do us part.
What does that entail, though?
What do you say?
Well, first off, big has got to be Big Spoon.
Okay.
And we have to consummate the marriage, obviously.
Every night.
And every day.
Well, yeah. And several times in between the days and the nights.
And, if you happen to get a U.S. Visa card out of it, that's nice. But
and if you happen
that's not what this is about, okay?
And if you happen to find a USB stick up there, that's nice. But that's not what this is about.
More footy, That's what I say. No, this is about the love between two people wanting to be together who happen to live in different countries.
You could be the skateboard and I'll do the coffin then. There we go. We don't even need the prosthetics.
Oh, man.
All right.
Or
There's an ender right there.
Big could be the skateboard and you can be the Crux brand trucks.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe you just said I do.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Fuck yeah.
Yes!
Finally.
Yes!
I knew I had another friend that would get married.
Woo! You heard it here
Woohoo.
first, folks. Big and Jesse getting married,
Tying the knot
tying the knot.
and then consummating that knot every night and every day.
Yes.
All right. Well,
You know, that's what that first email was all about in the first place. You knew it. I knew it.
yeah.
I didn't care less about that free whatever the company's called, Fancy, whatever. Didn't care about that free DVD. I'd never even heard of Colin Fisk.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all been about this from day one.
And it took almost 10
Not
years.
day one song. Day one.
Oh,
Not
okay.
day one song.
Thank you for clarifying.
It took almost 10 years, but I'm happy to say I look forward to spending the rest of my life with you.
Oh,
I love you.
Oh.
that's really sweet.
So I know it took 10 years, but has it died off a bit now? The thrill of the chase has gone.
A little bit.
Yeah, we'll have to work on it.
Yeah.
Can you go to marriage therapy before you get married?
I mean, yeah. They call it couples therapy, but yeah.
It'd probably be the best thing to do.
Yeah, I think so. We'll have to do it over Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I think we should probably wrap it up, this podcast.
What, the marriage? Oh, okay, cool.
Well, wrap up the
Well-
podcast so we can get into the marriage counseling part.
So then I can wrap
Yes.
it up.
And then, Jesse,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
please
also...
do.
You should probably double wrap it up because I heard that English sperm is super potent.
Yeah, I don't want to get pregnant.
You don't want to
Not
impregnate the USB thumb drive in Big's asshole.
I tell you what, though, that'd be an amazing next video, wouldn't it?
That would be fantastic.
We've got a whole new series coming on. The wedding, planning the wedding,
Mhm.
Big's Unholy Union.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That's a totally new idea, right?
Yeah. Totally new idea. It's never been done.
Immaculate
Then
conception.
the one after that could be like Viva La Big.
Oh, yeah.
I like the way you
And-
think.
Jesse's ass doesn't quite work.
No, it works.
No.
You know what's
Oh,
funny?
yeah, that's fine.
You know what's funny is that
CK, why not?
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny is Artie and Corden would always
Yep.
joke and say, "What are you going to call the next video? Jesse's ass?" Because they would joke that every video just had to have your ass in it.
Wait, does it?
Which I'm wondering, I've had this
I think a lot
discussion.
of mine do, yeah.
I've had this discussion with you before. You don't think that this is inappropriate for the kids? Because, skateboarding's for the kids. You don't think this is inappropriate having a dildo strapped to your board while you're skateboarding?
No.
All right. He's right.
Because
I had to
I
double
don't
check.
think it is for the kids, right? I do my skateboarding for me.
Oh, there
That's
we
all
go.
there is to it. That's it. It's not for anybody else.
Fuck the
It's
kids.
for me. And if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. That's great. I'd love that. But for my skateboarding, I like to film and put out there things that I enjoy.
Well, it's good to hear because I've never had a good answer for them.
But say you were out filming that dildo trick and, a little kid came by and was like, "Hey, mister, could I slap your dildo around a little bit, try to flip your board?" Would you let them do it?
I'd be like, how did you know it's called a dildo?
I don't know. Maybe I got one inside of me right now.
You know what? That clip that we filmed with the dildo was actually, this was Ed's idea, was actually at a popular dogging spot in Brighton. So we actually picked the spot specifically for that reason, which probably means that kids wouldn't be around there too. Probably have some weirder types around there, which would be cool.
Right.
But yeah.
I like that about your clips, and also I know that your method of madness is that you always like to have meaning behind the absurdity. And I like that about you.
Especially with video clips. If you're going to put a video clip in there from a movie or something, it's got to tell the story too. It's all got to tell a story.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
It should never be for shock value or anything like that. It should be to add to the story. But that's just my opinion.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's one man's opinion. You tell us what you think by emailing the Fancy Lad Podcast or following the Fancy Lad Podcast on Instagram and sending them a direct message.
Yeah, baby, for all
when
you.
Brendan sends you that message, it's going to be great.
Oh, man. That's going to be a good message. We're really looking forward to it.
You'll know if he's listening now as well. It'll be great. I hope he is.
We'll find out.
Oh, I told you he sent me that photo, didn't he? He sent me a photo this week of somebody's got, I think it's Lindquist's picture that he drew of my ass on somebody else's ass.
Once again with Jesse's ass. Yeah, Nardo.
Yeah, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I was stoked on that. Never thought that would happen.
Getting the tattoo of the board between the ass from the Adult Swim edit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a good tattoo, too. It's like, it's at a weird angle, which makes it even better.
Yeah.
It's quite confusing.
Yeah. Well, he wanted
So if any kids want to do that, too.
Well, he wanted it upside down so he could see it the right way. He said.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's on his ass, so it's hard to see anyway.
Well,
He can really turn his neck a lot.
well, Jesse, it's just been a treat talking to you. And, I can't stress enough that I actually do miss you. And, this podcast is full of jokes usually.
Mhm.
And this has been one of the more serious podcasts. I don't know how that's
Oh, if
going
I
to
hadn't
fare with
known.
the viewers.
Yeah, you listened to a podcast beforehand.
Yeah, you could have made it a little funnier,
Yeah, we usually mention dicks a lot more, Jesse.
Oh, that's all right then. Yeah. If the kids are listening to that, there you go. That's the answer to your question.
Oh, there we go.
Listen, I know what we do. I'm asking you if it's inappropriate or not for us to do it.
For you can do whatever you want.
Interesting.
Oh, well, there we have it.
All right, I guess that answers my
Yeah.
question.
Perfect.
But if you do make the next video Jesse's ass, I think that'd be amazing.
I think this explains why our question before about the whole monetary gain thing and why we don't have it. But, we'll save that for another podcast.
Yeah,
to
we'll go
delve a little deeper into.
Yeah, we'll go down that hole a different time.
Hey.
A lot of holes we need to go down.
A lot of holes they all need to fill in,
Mm-hmm. Deep.
Yeah. Cracking idea.
Yeah, cracking.
Well, yeah, I do miss you guys anyway. It's, like I say, that's the main reason why I find it tough reminiscing. Watching old clips, watching footage and stuff, like it is tough. It's good and bad. So,
Well, I'm glad recently, for whatever reason, you took a shining to it because of the quarantine or what have you.
yeah, it's not because I don't love it. I always do. It's just tough not being there and living it.
I thought it was always because you're such a big shot, fancy schmancy fucking palm reader now. You didn't have any time for your bourgeois, schmoogeois friends.
Oh, we were friends? Sick.
I
Were?
I thought so.
Oh,
I mean, I've seen your penis.
Have you?
Yeah, it was actually by the Arboretum. I don't know why you showed it to me. Every English guy shows me their penis. I don't know why.
It's just the
I
thing
don't
they
remember
do.
that. Not that I'm. Yeah. Were you impressed?
Not really.
Disappointed?
No, it was a little weird looking.
Yeah. It's that loop in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's. Yeah. I still can't iron it out. I've tried.
Well, you and Craig Questions, although I gotta say Craig Questions just came right out the first night of meeting him and said, "Hey, check this out." And I turned around and he had his fucking dick out. Something about you English folk. You're just sick people.
I mean, we were all born naked, weren't we?
Were we?
I think.
Oh, shit.
I don't remember.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Well, Jesse,
yeah, maybe we weren't.
Jesse, I'm going to have to call you sometime off podcast so we could talk even more because, this has been great.
So if we have like a group phone conversation, it's me, you, Tom, and Brendan, is that the same as doing the podcast or is that different?
Well, if we record it, it's the same as doing the podcast.
Mhm.
If
Okay.
it's not recorded, it's a little
It's like a
different.
rehearsal.
Yeah.
But if we do
Okay.
it and don't record it, it's going to feel like a waste.
Yeah, it's true.
Got ya.
Because why
yeah.
just enjoy these times when we could monetize them?
Makes sense. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll try and be funnier next time if you ever invite me back.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
I'll try and do something. I am naked right now,
I knew it.
but I guess those jokes don't really show when it's on a podcast.
Well, I got those drop cams set up in your apartment, so we should be able to put that feed in here. People should be able to see your ding-a-ling.
Did you have a word with Richard Jackson's parents? Is that who came around and put them in?
Yeah, his Mrs. Jackson came by. Yeah.
I am for real.
I am here to install some cameras. They're going to film you while you're naked.
Strangely, I did have a peeping Tom outside my window the other week.
Hey,
Not even
hey.
kidding.
Just call him a peeping person, okay?
Yep. I was letting a spider outside my room, and there was some guy crouched down below my window. I live on the ground floor, otherwise it would have been even funnier.
You don't think it was the ghost of Fisk's lumberjack, do you?
No. The weird thing was, he ran off and said, "See you later, mate." And my reaction was like, "See you later." But then I realised what a bizarre interaction that was. Not only was there a peeping Tom outside my window at like 11 at night, but then we just said, "See you later, mate," to each other. And I've never seen him again. So if anyone knows this guy, if he's listening, Brendan, if you know him, if you can email him to the podcast and give me his details, I'd love to see him later.
All right.
But true story, that.
Well, once
It's
again,
just people sitting over my bed.
once again, Jesse, we are in fact gonna have to end the podcast. Okay, our sponsors get extra pissed if it goes past a certain time. So,
All right. All right.
like I said,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to talk to you some other time.
All right, cool.
I know this is
All
your
right, well,
first
it's been
time
fun.
meeting Tom Tweak. I hope
Hey,
you
Jesse,
liked him.
it was great meeting you, bud.
All right, Tom. Nice to meet you.
Ah, jeez.
But yeah, you have yourself a good time there in New Zealand. You stay safe, and we're gonna cross paths again. I'm assuming on our wedding day.
Yeah, well, we better do on our wedding day. Yeah, I'd love to get out there as soon as I can. Definitely itching to skate a bit more, film some ideas, play around with some ideas. Yeah, miss you guys.
All right, miss you too, buddy.
Miss you too, Jesse, even though I've never met you before now.
Until then, love you.
Later, bud.
Love ya. See you in a bit.
Bye.
Peace.
Oh, it's great talking to Jesse.
Oh my god, that was a real treat.
That was fantastic.
Guy's a fucking legend.
Goes a legend, mate.
Fucking legend.
Hello, bud. It's me, Jesse James, and I'm a legend. You want to hear me play me bass guitar?
It's weird because you sound a lot like John Lennon,
Mhm.
but then you played the bass guitar like Paul McCartney.
Oh, well, I'm Jesse James. I can play many instruments. Check out me trombone.
Yeah, that's looking a little rusty, actually.
Oh, well, why don't you turn around? I'll stand behind you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then let's try it this way. Now check out my trombone.
Okay, well, we just... Oh, my God! Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right, sounds good. Yeah.
So cool. I guess maybe we should head out.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should head out. This has been one hell of an episode. I don't know if we'll ever be able to top this one.
I'm not sure if we should, but I guess we'll try again next week.
Yeah, until then.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.